Alright, what's up everybody? This is bringing off like right after I just finished the last video, and right now I'm just putting some attachments on my guns. I'm somewhat curious as to why this flashlight on this gun has a wire sticking out of the back of it. You can kind of see it up by the, yeah, you just look at the flashlight and you'll notice it. Still kind of like, I'm seriously impressed with the graphical quality here, and I guess that's just because I've been playing Team Fortress 2, which is totally cartoons and looks the same on my friend's laptop as it does on my PC here. But I'm looking forward to trying something like Battlefield 3 because this is just wow. I'm seriously impressed, even though that sounds ridiculous. So right here, I was just gonna say I'm gonna lay out my thoughts on this because Frankie on PC in 1080p had a review video and then a follow-up video where he laid out his thoughts, and his review video I totally agreed with. The game really, it feels like it was incomplete when it launched, and right now they've done a lot better, and they even came out with the map pack for free today, and then, well, it's only for 2 weeks, so if you own the game, you better download it pretty soon, and then, they have this free weekend on Steam, which is cool. But, the one thing that I've noticed, besides the fact that I'm saying all the time, is that, well, not that I've noticed, he said in his video that, in his opinion, you really ought to be using, like, a grip and, some other silly attachment that I frankly I kind of disagree with that, because what I set out to do with this game was just have as much fun as possible, because it looks like a really fun game. It is a really fun game if you take it as such. If you treat it as, if you expect it to be something that it's not, and a lot of people did, then you were going to be disappointed. And I'm not talking about, I agree again with the fact that it wasn't complete when it came out, but what I have to say now is simply that you can try and be good at this game. You can try and, do all the stuff like he was saying and use a grip and don't use any attachments and don't just hip fire because it'll give you the biggest advantage. But given how balanced this is, you can get away with just screwing around like I do and putting as many attachments on as you want and doing muzzle brakes and all kinds of stuff, regardless of the fact that yes, it might make you slightly less accurate, and yes, it might take slightly longer to like come out of hip fire. I don't know. So basically my point is that the way I play this, the way I have been playing this, is play it with my friends because, well, they have it and just have a good time. Don't really, I mean, that's how I play most games, but I don't tend to take it too seriously and go through all the ridiculous stuff that is involved in making sure that you have the most properly set up class. So let's give this a try, since I've been blabbering for 10 minutes, and well, I'll just demonstrate what I was meaning here. I just like kind of having fun, to be honest. So let's see what we can do. I'm guessing since it found it that fast, this is probably going to be bots, but I have no idea. I don't really know what I did. I'm just following what I do in the menus in the game on console. So far, man, I don't even know what to say about this. It's the same game, but I'm wondering how, I'm watching the intro, how different it's going to show up to be. So what do we got here? Yep, they're all bots. So we'll play this for a little bit. Get some training on, I guess. So shift is the smart button, and the smart button, if you don't know, it's pretty much just lets you interact with the world in a manner such as this. And the only reason it feels clunky, and it definitely feels much less so on PC, is on the console it only runs at like 30 frames a second, and that can be a pain in the rear, let me tell you. It makes the game feel literally at least twice as, I mean, I cannot stand how annoying it is to the 30 frames a second, and most people are like, well, you can't see any faster than that, and well, all I can tell you is that this is really nice and smooth here, and I can tell you that if the game came out like this on the console with 60 frames a second, it probably would have been welcomed with somewhat better reviews. I don't recall whether the PC version was given the same Metacritic rating or whatever have you, if they gave it a different category or not, but all I do know is simply that I think that I, for one, would have been much more satisfied if it had this really crisp look and feeling that it does on the PC, unlike on the console. And I think that's just a problem with something that has played consoles for a long time. Firstly, the simple fact that I've really come to realize now that I started playing on my PC is that consoles really, they are old, and they hold back PC development for one, but they really, it's dated hardware. I mean, it's like 4 or 5 years old, and no reasonable person can think that, that's going to turn out well. So, oh, this is the wrong gun. I thought it was something else. Yeah, anyway, so I mean that's all that I come away with, is that you know, this is definitely the way to go if you can, is to play on a PC. But there are, you know, significant drawbacks, and I do love my console. My Xbox is like, you know, I'm never gonna let that go. So anyways, it just seems so far to me like this is definitely a much better game on the PC. And I guess, yeah, what I was going to is like Battlefield. Battlefield, like Bad Company 2 on, or especially Bad Company 1 on the console. It's the same game, obviously. The only problem with it is simply that it just it's clunky, I guess. You know, and it doesn't have that control scheme quite nailed down. And so what I'm really hopeful for is, for example, the Battlefield 3 alpha, which I tried so hard to get into. Again, Frankie on PC in 1080p. I'll probably just link to his channel because I keep saying the whole thing so much. But he was saying that the controls felt a lot more they less sloppy, a little tighter. And I've played Battlefield on the PC, and I can tell you that it feels far from sloppy in my hands. But that's of course because I'm usually coming off of like the previous day where I'd played large amounts of console, and you know, it's a huge difference, so it feels much more accurate as it is. But I think that it's a definite hope that since if on the PC you can feel that the controls have been tightened up, then I'm hoping that on console it'll do the same thing. And I'll probably end up buying Battlefield 3 for possibly both. I'm just still a bit debating at the moment. I'm trying to save most of my money, and I'm working on getting that other IC car, like I said, so I can race this winter, and we'll see what happens. So nope, but just paused it because I hit Shift Tab at the same time while trying to bring up the scoreboard. Okay, let's get us another objective. Finally destroy the door. Apparently we're supposed to be doing that, and I've just been running around like a moron and dying occasionally. Okay, I'm gonna give you ammo. 'Cause that's what you're supposed to do. And playing this, it's apparently obvious that it was really inspired by Team Fortress 2. I don't think there's much you can do to deny that, and I really wish I knew how to throw a grenade, right? Oh, yes I do. Grenade. How do I don't understand, I'm so confused. I thought the grenade was button 3. Ah, yep, okay. Let's see if we can change classes once we join the reinforcements. Let's see. Probably break this off here. Let's change to operative. There's not a lot of those. Operative can't do anything cool. Change to medic, and then just change weapons. Well, that gun is terrible. This is what I was looking for. The Rocksteady. This is a fun gun to use. And then let's get the Seagull pistol out. Richie's really fun to use too. So let's see. Yeah, another thing he was saying, you know, you always want to have a submachine gun usually, but what's really fun I found, although everything is usually fun, is to basically just break out, you know, a light class with a pistol like this. You can run up to people really fast, mow them down with it. I think I enjoy it, definitely. So, I'll bring this to a close. I'm going to bring you another video for you guys pretty soon here. I'm going to record these consecutively. So, break it off here. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Rate, comment, subscribe. Thanks.